No, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. Do you need anything from any of the other departments or anywhere else in order to get this correct just as soon as possible? No. We're just gonna fill out an application for the board.
Good morning. This is the Town of Hempstead Board of Appeals, April 15th, 9:30 a.m. hearing. Will everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Chairman, do you have any opening remarks?
I do, the usual. I see some new faces in the audience, as a result of which I'll give you a little briefing on how we run the hearings. First, we will call for any adjournments. If there are no requests for an adjournment, we'll get into the calendar. The renewals will be called first, and then we will get into the regular applications. The hearings themselves will run as follows. The applicant or their representative will testify and make the case. If there are any people who are here and objecting, they will be heard. And finally, the applicant or their representative will be given the opportunity to sum up. Once we close the cases, we will not accept any additional evidence, but during the cases, we're very liberal in terms of the evidence that we do accept. This is not a court of law. Consequently, we are not burdened by the strict rules of evidence. The proceedings are videotaped. They're archived so that if you need to refer to them in the future, you're free to do so. We do have a court reporter who takes everything down. As a result, we would ask that no one attempt to talk over anyone else because she can only take one person down at a time. All right? I believe that's all I have to say this morning. And every morning.
Mr. Chairman, we do have one application for adjournment for this morning, case 17826, Merrick, 711, number 30338, also known as 203 Sunrise Highway. Mr. Chairman, I did receive an email from a representative from 711 who was unable to attend the hearing, and he was looking to reschedule for May 20th at 11 a.m.
Is that someone, did that come from Texas or?
I believe so. I believe it came from corporate.
At least they're responding now.
How does that?
Yes, it was from Texas.
Patrick, how does that look? How does our calendar look?
That is open for that day.
Harry? It's May
20th at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Okay.
Okay. First, we'll be calling case 17926, Uniondale, Hofstra University, renewal of grant to maintain one 45-square-foot single-face detached animated digital ID sign for changeable messages, setback 6 feet from Earl Ovington Boulevard, also known as 1000 Fulton Avenue.
Yeah, it's the same.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Please take a seat. Name and address for the record.
Good morning. My name is Jason King, representing Hofstra University at 1000 Fulton in Hempstead. This is the second renewal for a variance granted in 2015 for the installation of a 45-square-foot sign on the northwest corner of Hempstead Turnpike. The variance was granted in 2015 with certain conditions, including that the messages on the sign would not change at intervals of 15 seconds or longer, that the sign would not have any flashing, blinking, or scrolling, and that the sign and its support structure would be maintained in good condition at all times. Hofstra continues to meet the conditions of the variance. The message intervals are between 15 and 45 seconds. They don't flash, blink, or sorry.
And for the record, the building department inspected the property on February 9th of 2026, and they too found that all conditions previously imposed by this board are being complied with. Consequently, do I have any questions or comments from the board? And if not, do I have a motion?
1 second. Oh, that was renewal?
It's a renewal.
No, okay, for 15 seconds. This, Christina, the decision in the file, do you know when this decision was originally made? Not the renewals. I see there's a renewal in 2020, so it had to be either 15 or,
In my records, the variance was granted in 2015.
Is that right?
we never, I've been on this board for a long time, and we don't usually give 15 seconds, but I
We
guess we
did.
did.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Just for the record, the case was heard on September 30th, 2015.
Right.
Okay, any other questions from the board? Any other comments, or can I please have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you all.
Have a good day. I'm in a lot of pain.
What's hurting?
Yeah, we're going out of turn. Okay. There's nobody here in opposition on this case.
Next, we'll be calling case 18526, South Hempstead, Malloy University. Variance side yard, maintain AC unit attached to building, also known as 1079 Hempstead Avenue. Gentlemen, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God? Please take a seat, state your name and address for the record.
Name is James Moltari, Malloy University, 1000 Hempstead Avenue, Rockville Center, New York, 11571.
Morning.
Morning, Chairman, members of the board. Richard M. Bavone, 308 East Meadow Avenue, East Meadow, appearing as the agent for Malloy University. The subject location of today's matter is 1079 Hempstead Avenue, South Hempstead. This is to maintain an existing AC compressor, which is located in the north side yard of the subject property. Notice on the survey that was submitted that the property is not a standard straight line from the front to the back. It actually has a step in for 39.97 feet, and there's another step in at 43 feet, and a third step in at 31 feet, which goes to the rear property line. Kind of odd, because the first time I've ever seen that in on a side yard. Usually you might have one, but not three. But in any case, the two compressors that are on the north side property, the one that's closest to the front of the dwelling, the building itself, is as of right. It's actually the second compressor, which is closest to the chimney on that side, the north side yard, actually has a difference of a setback of 2.9 feet from the property line, which you have then a 5-foot requirement. That's because of the step in of that side property line.
Mr. Pavone, I noticed, just as a side note, the fence doesn't step in and out the way the property does. You might not own that property. They might want to seek counsel about moving that fence to You don't want to end up with some adverse possession claim or something.
Well, just for the record, the north property is owned by Malloy University also.
Oh, I
So
see.
that's one of their residents
enough.
in their property. So this is a request to, maintain the existing compressor and doesn't have any adverse impact to this property or the property to the north or the surrounding properties. It's used as air conditioning for the building itself.
Forgive me, Mr. Bavone, but did you testify as to what side yard is required and what you're providing?
Yes.
Did I miss that?
Yes, I did, but if you want, I'll detail a little further. There, again, you have the existing as of right compressor is 5.7 from the property line, and the second compressor, which is the one for today, is just west of the chimney, has a 2.9 foot setback distance, which is at the 39.97 step in, which creates a variance of 2.1 setback reduction from the 5 foot that's required.
May I ask you how you came to know this needed to be legalized?
Excuse me?
What precipitated you coming to know that this needed to be legalized since it's already there?
We're closing out open permits from the past on their properties, and the state that handles state education, fire marshals coming in and making sure that everything is in compliance.
Oh, this had an open permit already existing.
Correct. So it's causing other questions to be answered about what's existing conditions, and this is one of them which we filed to maintain.
Why would your client deviate from what the permit was issued?
Well, this permit wasn't issued. It was an existing compressor that did not have a permit at all. We filed to maintain it.
So it was never issued a permit, is that?
That's correct. It's similar to most air conditioner units that people put up in their properties, and they put them in the side yard. It's a minor deviation of the required code.
Minor is the word. Subject to interpretation.
That is correct, Mr. Pellegrini.
Thank you.
Like minor surgery.
Yeah, exactly. A lobotomy.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Bone, you, your client, and I think someone else signed in on the case will receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered.
Thank you very much.
Second.
Thank you.
Aye.
All in favor?
Thank you.
What we thought.
Thank you, Mr. Bone. See you later.
Next, we'll be calling case 18026, Near Valley Stream. Rajib Kuar, install pool not permitted in front yard on Edwards Boulevard and pool equipment not permitted in side yards, and 6-foot-high pool enclosure in the front yard on Edwards Boulevard and larger than pool installation area, also known as 961 North Fletcher Avenue. Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Lisa Koshia with Permits R Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board.
Morning.
I'm here representing Mrs. Cower, who is proposing an in-ground pool with pool equipment and fence. This property is located in a Residence B zone. The proposed pool and fence are in the rear of the dwelling, and since the back of the property is at the end of the cul-de-sac on Edward Boulevard, it creates a secondary front yard. However, there is no access into that street from the rear yard. The pool equipment is proposed in the side yard, and because there are easements on the property, it creates very significant space limitations for my client. Mrs. Cower respectfully requests your approval.
So I guess I'm sorry, Ms. Kachia, I guess the building department is it looking at more than the 22 feet of frontage on Edwards Boulevard is it considering all of the fence toward Edwards, forward of the dwelling on that side, which you would call to the side or back of the dwelling, I understand. But how much of the fencing on that how much more of the fencing other than that that's actually bordering the cul-de-sac is being considered front yard? Is it like everything that is behind the house toward Edwards on that way and to the side of the house on that way? Do you understand my question?
I do understand it. I'm thinking, and I don't know if I'm correct, but I'm thinking they're considering the 22 feet of fencing that's on the cul-de-sac.
Miss First, would it, you understand my question? So look, Miss First, I, like, is it this, is this the triangle that is all front yard? Because,
Yes.
what's that?
Yes.
Okay, so the fencing we're being asked to approve is all fencing that would fall forward-ish, so to speak, of the house this way, and then to the, where's the direction?
So it's taken 25 feet from the property line on the cul-de-sac is considered a front yard.
Okay. And then that also, I guess, is being considered the front yard for purposes of the pool being in the front yard.
The location of the pool.
And that's the only thing you're here for today.
Yes.
I see that there is a driveway not that far from this cul-de-sac, but given that the driver, first of all, no one's entering or exiting the property of subject property, and the driveway, the neighbor using the driveway isn't going to pass the fence
Correct.
unless they're doing something.
Shouldn't be a traffic
Is
jam.
there any access to the subject property from Edwards Boulevard? Is it-
No, that will be only a 6-foot fence.
And it's no gate?
No,
Not yet. Waiting for the permit, put the gate in.
not that I know of, but I don't
Without a
believe
permit.
I don't believe they want that. I don't believe they want that access from the cul-de-sac.
One wouldn't think so.
Liable anyway. Opens you up to liability. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Cuccia, you'll be notified by mail. of the
Second.
board's decision once it's rendered.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next, we have cases 181 through 182-26, Levittown, Carlos I. Cordova and Betty J. Arias, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, special exception to maintain second accessory structure, shed, also known as 45 Sheep Lane.
Cul-de-sac girl today?
Raise your right hand.
Oh, I guess not.
Truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record. Ms. Kashia, just for the record, we do have you sworn in from earlier.
Sure. Lisa Koshia with Permits R Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791.
Morning.
Morning again.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Betty Arias.
You just have to give your address.
We are living in 45 Sheep Lane in Levittown, New York, 11756.
Good morning again, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. I'm here representing Mr. and Mrs. Arias, who would like to maintain a mother-daughter residence and a shed. This property is located in a residence LPRD zone. The 7-foot by 5.5 foot shed is a secondary structure and has been there for over 5 years. Mr. and Mrs. Arias, as far as the mother-daughter, will be living in the primary unit, which is on the first floor. And their son Brian and daughter Melanie will be utilizing the secondary unit, which is upstairs. Brian and Melanie are here today. They're just sitting out in the audience. They are all aware of the mother-daughter rules and regulations of 1 doorbell, 1 mailbox, 1 electric meter, and so forth. Mr. and Mrs. Arias respectfully request your approval.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Cuccia, as you know, on the immediate family mother-daughter residence, we have to go over the BAR, Board of Architectural Review, to put it onto the record and to notify you of the conditions. Oftentimes, the building department will make recommendations to remove doors at the top or bottom of stairs, and we give the litigants, the applicant, an opportunity to tell us why that would be maybe overly burdensome or dangerous for pets or children. It varies, and the costs are relatively expensive at times. In this case, after reviewing the application, the Board of Architectural Review has determined that that the dwelling is both suitable to be used in this fashion, and it is suitable to revert back to a single-family dwelling at the cessation of this use, and it makes no recommendations for removal or addition of physical aspects of it. So you need not explain to us why those are unnecessary.
I note that your client has a roofed-over portion at the rear of the premises will they consent to a condition that that portion not be further enclosed?
Yes.
Okay, and your plot plan shows that there is no garage in this house, correct?
No.
And there's room to park 4 automobiles off-street?
Correct.
And how many cars do your clients have?
They have 4 cars.
Is there on-street parking in front of the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Kachia,
Yes.
are there actually 6 bedrooms in this house?
Yes. One bedroom is used for, the son has a business, which he has a home office in one of the bedrooms. One of the other bedrooms they use as storage because there's no basement. The only means of storage on this property are the shed with the little attached shed that we're here for today. That's the only means of storage. So 2 of the bedrooms are being utilized for those purposes.
Because like on one floor, the mom and dad and each kid could have a bedroom, so you understand.
Yes.
So did you go through the mother-daughter fact sheet and discuss with your client the requirements?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. I apologize. Okay. So they know 1 doorbell, 1 meter, one entrance, all the appearances of a single-family dwelling.
All right. Any other questions from the board? Not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Kachia, you and your clients, everyone who is signed in will receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's ready.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Next, we have case 18326, East Meadow, Kyle Semensky. Variances, side yard, rear yard, construct addition attached dwelling, also known as 2499 First Avenue.
For affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yeah. Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Morning. My name is Ashley Lowe Canese from Mark Anthony Architects. Our office is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here this morning on behalf of our clients, Kyle and Caitlin Semensky, who are the owners and occupants of the subject property located at 2499 First Avenue in East Meadow, New York. Sorry,
Morning.
I can't breathe today. Bear with me.
You say you can't breathe?
Yeah, I don't know, the allergies or something, but just bear with me a second. We are here today as a result of an application filed with the Town of Hempstead Building Department for a proposed rear one-story addition with a basement. The proposed side yard setback is 5.13 feet, where the minimum required is 8.2 feet, for which we are requesting relief of 3.07 feet. The addition is in line with the rest of the existing.
Ms. Lowe, I'm sorry.
Take a breath.
That 5.13, that's being considered the rear yard? Oh, I see. So you're on.
No, that's the side yard.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So your rear yard proposed is it the 763 to the window well?
For the rear yard is,
I assume that's a window well.
yes, no, it's the 11.1 feet, where 15 feet is
That
required.
well is on grade or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And it'll have a grate over it so that you can walk on top of
Have
it.
you been in this house?
I have.
Have you been downstairs in the basement?
No, I don't think I went into the basement.
What?
No,
You ask this every time there's a basement?
no, I know. Hold on, I know what's in the basement though.
Okay, the finished basement with a rec room and a full bathroom
Yes,
and a cellar entrance.
yes.
Did it occur to you to go down there?
What?
It didn't occur to you to go down there?
No, it didn't. I'm sorry.
Please in the future do so.
I
we can
will.
ask you questions about it.
Maybe Mark Anthony went in.
He was there. Yeah, he goes, I do usually go just to walk around just because I'm the one that comes to the hearings, but he sells the job. Just back to the side yard for 1 second.
Permit on it?
Oh, wait, I apologize. I didn't realize the bathroom isn't there yet.
No, it's proposed. Yeah,
I just realized.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow this morning.
it's okay. For the side yard, I did just want to mention, it is 7.08 feet for part of the proposed addition. As it gets towards the rear yard, the house property line slants, so it does get smaller.
They have a basement entrance. Okay. On what basis?
What is the intended use of the new part of the basement besides a bathroom?
Just storage and a rec room for their children.
Well, they have a rec room in the other part of the basement, don't they? Finished basement recreation room to be maintained.
Yes. And then they're just expanding the basement for more storage and to make the rec room bigger. At least. They have no plans to put like a bedroom or anything down there.
Oh, that's because they already have it. The wood beams are at 6. Miss First, if the ceiling in the basement is 6'4", what is the proposed ceiling in the new portion? Or do you even get to put a bathroom in a 6'4" basement?
Well, the height of the proposed basement is 6 feet 10 inches.
It's 6'10".
Well, the existing section, the beams are at 6. Oh, they're 6 by 8 beams. And
The state
height
code
of the drop ceiling is 6'4".
Yeah, the state code allows for obstructions for beams to go down to 6'2", so they're actually within.
Okay, but in the new section, the proposed height is 6 feet 10 inches.
Correct.
Is one allowed? I mean, I think of a bathroom as making something into sort of habitable or living space. Is one allowed to put that kind of space in a 6'10"?
Yes,
What's the lowest you can put it?
6'8".
Is that bathroom as of right if we grant the basement?
Yes. And I'd just like to make note that there's no access to the basement from the exterior except for an egress window.
No, I thought there was a cellar entrance.
No, I think that's the stoop, that there's an existing wood stoop from, right? Is that what they're looking at? The existing frame stoop on the side of the property? Yeah, that's for the
Well,
house.
there's a stoop in the back and a stoop.
So that's to
the
come
new
out of the
back-
proposed addition, yep. And then there's an existing frame stoop on the side of the house, if you're looking at the A0, what page are you on?
Yeah.
Yes, so that's that doesn't lead to the basement.
Well, let's see. When you go into that side entrance, that's where the stairs go down to the basement, though. If you walk in that side entrance, right?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
but we have required that they have a archway between both entrances so that there is no foyer to that stair.
Yeah.
In other words, you can't put a door at the top of the stairs. Or a foyer at the top of those stairs to the basement to make that an entrance mostly for the basement.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Lowe, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second? All in favor? Opposed?
Next, we have case 18426, North Belmore, Jean Joseph and Rafaeletta Lebrun, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known as 2567 South Bismarck Avenue.
Swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Please take a seat, state your name and address for the record.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, can you pull the microphone closer? Can you tap it and make sure it's working?
Good morning.
Morning.
You want to give us your name and address for the record?
My name is Rafaelita Lebrun. I live in 2567 South Bismarck Avenue, North Belmore, New York.
Okay, and you, sir?
I'm Jean Joseph, 2567 South Bismarck Avenue, North Belmont, New York, 11710.
Okay, so let me just look over the materials. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Okay, so we have Rafaelita. Say it again.
Rafaelita.
Rafaelita. Okay, you're one of the owners of the property.
I'm here with my husband and my in-laws.
Okay, great. The two sitting here.
Yes.
Okay, great. So is Gene your husband, right? Okay. And then Mika is your 1-year-old son?
Micah is my son. He's currently in school.
Okay. And then Eddie and Elsie are your
My
relatives
in-laws,
here?
yes.
Okay. So were you given a mother-daughter fact sheet when you applied to make this into a mother-daughter residence or immediate family resident?
Yes.
And did you see the part of it that said that it needs to have one doorbell, one mailbox, one power meter, electric meter? Because it's supposed to look to everyone else like it's a single-family dwelling, because it's not a two-family dwelling. It's a mother-daughter / immediate family. So did you get that sheet from the office, either the building department or the zoning board office? Are you familiar with those requirements?
No, I'm not sure.
I am.
Okay, great. So you understand and you're willing to comply with those requirements? Okay. In addition to that, how many cars do you have?
2.
And how many of those cars can park on your driveway or in your garage?
2.
Okay. Is there also street parking on your street in front of your house? So if you had a visitor?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, we've gone through the people who live there. Oh, you filled out. Oh, it says here that the basement is finished. What's in the basement?
Nothing.
Well, it has finished
Just
walls, maybe?
just storage, nothing else.
Say?
Storage, nothing else.
Okay. When it's characterized as finished, it usually means at least like maybe there's flooring on the floor or sheetrock on the walls or something. Okay. Is there a bathroom down there?
No.
Okay. And no kitchen facilities. How long have you owned the home?
3 years.
3 years. Oftentimes when people buy homes, they come in for mother-daughter because it's appropriate, but also because when they bought it, there was a second kitchen and they didn't know there wasn't supposed to be without approval from the board. Okay, I'm going to go over real quickly the Board of Architectural Review. They review all applications that come before this board for either a mother-daughter or an immediate family use. They determine whether or not the dwelling is suitable to be used that way, and it must revert back once you're no longer living there and owning it. It needs to revert back to a single-family dwelling, which usually means that the kitchen is taken out, and you'd need a permit to do that. So they review whether or not it's appropriate to be used that way and whether or not it would work to put it back to a single-family dwelling at the cessation of that use. They often make recommendations, and those recommendations sometimes are costly or are undesirable by the applicant because they have children, they need a door at the bottom of the stairs, or they have pets that they need to keep out of certain dangerous areas for pets. So we give you an opportunity to tell us why we should not require that you do that. So in this case, the Board of Architectural Review, and I need to go through it just to put it on the record, if for no other reason. So in this case, the board determined that your dwelling is suitable to be used in this fashion and that it will work well to revert back to a single family dwelling at the cessation of your use in this way. They've made only one caveat on this, and that is that there shall be no illegal occupancy in the basement. That's a standard caveat they make on every case that has a basement. Just so you know, there can't be habitable space down there. People can't make bedrooms down there. Obviously, no kitchen. Hold on, Ms. First has something to tell us.
We have, also, the Board of Architecture Review indicated on their approved set of plans that the door between the kitchen and the side foyer to the basement be removed.
Okay, so we don't have that. In the future, we should be, I don't know why.
It should be on the recommendation. I don't know why it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't written.
Okay, well, anyway, so what door is that again? Let's say it slower so we all know what door it is.
The door between the kitchen to the foyer.
Oh, I see. When you come in one of your doors, do you have to go through another door to get into the kitchen? And are there stairs right there that go down to the basement probably?
Yes, I believe that door used to lead to the garage before they converted.
Okay, so here's the issue. Not that you're going to misuse your house, but maybe the person you sell it to one day will, or maybe the people before you did. The issue becomes if you enter a door from the outside into a house and there's another door to go into the main living area and the stairs to go downstairs are right there, that looks like something that another actor could misuse. So we usually require as a condition of letting you have a second kitchen, which is a significant benefit, right? The building department requires that door be removed so that there's an archway. When you walk in the exterior door to the house, you can go straight, not through a door, or down to the basement so that it is one set of living space, okay? So that will be a requirement from the building department I was unaware of. that you'll need to comply with at the time, okay?
Okay.
If I may, that's a recommendation.
No, their building department's requiring it. That's not one of the recommendations in BAR.
Is it a recommendation or a requirement?
She said requirement. Yeah, which we don't have.
That the actual applicant actually put on his drawings that they are going to be removing that door.
Yeah, we don't have those. We have other.
Are you familiar with what Ms. First just said?
I described it.
I know, but
I just
they got little kids that could fall down the street.
Okay.
The door that is at the kitchen.
So is it a requirement?
Yeah.
Okay.
That agrees with you.
Yeah.
You'll consent to that.
Yeah.
You'll
we agree.
consent to it, correct?
All right.
Okay.
It wasn't a mistake.
There'll be a note.
You know how you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish we had that. I need to figure out how we start having that here. See, I get the BAR not attached to anything. Yeah, we'll get that corrected. Is there anything else you wish to tell us about your application?
No.
Speaking
That's
of,
all.
how old is your son? Maybe let's just correct that real quick. Because you
He's
said he
10.
was in school, and this is, I hate to say it, this was when he was 1 year old. Let me just grab that and have you just correct his age real quick. Of course, that would require me finding it. Gail, would you mind handing me this? Just have him put his son's current age on it and initial it, of course, the one document I can't find now. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. McGann. Jeez. Sorry, I'm going to hand everything like that. Just had it a minute ago. Wait, does he see it? You see it? There you go. Great. She's going to just hand you that original form you filled out just to update your son's age so we have it properly in the records. Okay.
Yeah, it's 10.
We put one.
Or should I?
How old is he now?
He's 10.
10?
Yes.
I guess they forget to put the 0.
Behind.
Oh, thank God. I thought you meant it took 9 years to get this case here.
No.
Thank God.
We actually bought the house because of my son. He has special needs, and the school district of Belmore have specialized services for that. And my in-laws, we are the ones supporting them, and they're also the one caring for my son.
Well,
That's why the setting.
I don't want to nose into your son's situation,
Yes.
but if because of that door is important for his safety,
No.
can we can figure out how to make a possible, like if you have an issue with the stairs, then we might be able to craft something that would allow you to keep that door. If you think it's a safety issue for your child.
No.
Okay, good enough.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that the hearing be closed, matter be placed on the decision calendar. Each of you folks who have signed in will receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you. Have a nice day, folks.
Thank you.
For a minute, I thought it took 9 years to get here. She's like, he's 10 now. Thank God it was just dropped to zero.
Redate the application.
Next, we have case 18626, Near Island Park, Vincent Ferrantino. Variances, lot area occupied, side yards aggregate, maintained second-story addition, roof over open porch, and deck all attached to dwelling, also known as 4146 New York Avenue. Ms. Kashia, we have you sworn in from earlier. Just your name and address again for the record.
Lisa Koshia with Permits Are Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good morning again, Mr. Chairman, members of the board.
Did you go in the house?
Yes. I'm here representing Mr. Ferrantino, who would like to maintain a second-story addition, roof over open porch, and rear deck attached to the dwelling. This property is located in a Residence B zone. The second-story addition, roof over with open porch, and rear deck have a lot coverage of 29.8%, where 27.5% is allowed. The side yard to the roof over porch and rear deck is 5 feet, where 5.41 feet is allowed, and the aggregate is 6.7 feet, where 12
Yeah,
feet
I
is
think-
allowed.
You said it backwards. You said 8 out of 5 or 4 point something's allowed. Right? What's that? Say the side yard again?
It's the side yard.
The side yard is 5 feet. I'm sorry, excuse me. Where 5.41 feet is allowed.
Wait, why is it an odd number? Is it a percentage?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, that there's a calculation change of some kind, if I understand it
So
correctly.
they're actually maintaining 5, but through Ms. First, why is 5.41 required on that?
65-foot front width.
Is it? Yep. Okay. All right, so keep going, Ms. Kachir, I'm sorry.
Sure. I would like to point out that these items are keeping with the same setbacks as the existing dwelling and garage from 1969, which was granted under building permit number 196902330, BZA decision number 247686. It was case 348. I actually have copies of these decisions. If the board wants them, I can give it to you as evidence. I don't know if you need the copies of the previous decisions.
When you say it's keeping with those decisions, are you saying that these numbers match what was approved before, or these things came before us before and for whatever reason the permit wasn't closed out? And
No, your first one. The numbers remain the same because when they put the front porch and the rear, they actually are staying in line with what was approved. Correct. Would you like the copies of the decisions or no? You would have them on file.
You can submit them. We'll
Sure.
take them in evidence.
Sure.
Ms. Kachia,
Thank you.
how long has this addition been there?
A little bit. Hold on. It is.
Which addition?
Any of them?
You have a
Each
second
of them?
story, a roofed over open porch and a deck.
Each of them?
I believe, I don't know exactly when it was put in. I know that my client purchased the home in 2013, and he said that those two pieces were already there. Those additions were already on, so it has to be more than 13 years.
When you say two pieces, there's
I
three
mean, the
pieces.
front and the back, the front porch and the back.
Okay. And
The other part is the roof over.
And what about the second story addition? Is that more recent, or is that how you came to know you need to legalize these?
No, I'm pretty sure that was all of this that we're here for today was already there when my client purchased the home in 2013.
Okay, since your client has a lot of area occupied, is requesting relief, you probably know what I'm going to ask you, but would your client agree to a condition that the roofed over open porch and the deck, neither of those would be further enclosed, which include a roof on the deck, but on the other one, it's only the sides?
Right, yes, he would.
Did I miss your testimony regarding the side yard aggregate?
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Sorry, but it's possible I skipped over it. The side yard aggregate is 6.7 feet where 12 feet is allowed.
Wait, how do you have an aggregate of 6'7" without needing side yard on the other side?
It has, I know, 5 feet on one side and 1.7 on the other.
The 1.7 was the subject of a prior grant, I take it?
Yes.
Right, you have 5'4" on one side and you got an. That 1.7 on the other, or whatever it was on the other side, was that part of those variances you handed in?
Yes, with the, it had a one-car attached garage. That was the one from 1969.
Which is now probably. Okay.
When do you think your client will remove the shed as indicated on the plot plan?
As soon as possible.
Whatever that is.
How soon as possible?
I will have a discussion with him and tell him it has to be sooner than as soon as possible.
Good answer.
How much time do you actually think you need? Like a week, a month?
Right.
I don't want to speak on behalf of them because I don't know exactly
So would one
what
day
it's
be
going
better?
to entail.
All right, well,
Okay, I'll take 30.
I mean, you know, within, I guess, reasonably within a month, just to give some extra time. But I know that there is plans. They are going to take it down, but I will push on the time frame.
no harm, no foul. So we may hold a case until he removes it.
Okay,
But if we're going to do that, we'll let you know.
okay.
Otherwise,
Yeah, I know, it'll be in limbo, but thank you.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add?
No, thank you.
Second, any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision counter. Ms. Cuccia be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next, we have case 18726, West Hempstead, Route 10, special exception to maintain accessory structure shed higher and larger than permitted and exceeding horizontal maximum, also known as 363 Lexington Avenue. Ms. Kashia, you were sworn in from earlier. Again, your name and address for the record.
Lisa Koshia with Permits Are Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791.
This should not be removed.
No, this is the opposite. I'm here representing Mr. Chen, who would like to maintain a shed. This property is located in a Residence B zone. The shed is 15 feet in length, where the allowable is 12 feet. It is 10.1 feet high to the ridge, where 9 feet is allowed, and is a total of 180 square feet, where 144 square feet is allowed. The shed has been there for over 10 years, and prior to my clients purchasing the property, Mr. Chen respectfully requests your approval.
None of the neighbors are here in opposition.
Does that
Any other questions from the board?
fence permitted?
Mr. Pellegrini has a question.
Go ahead.
Does I'm not looking at the search, is the fence on Brooklyn Avenue and Lexington, do they have a permit and closed out?
I have a building permit for the 4-foot-high PVC. That's building permit number 11-6372.
All of it goes along Brooklyn, and it goes along the south side, then along the east side.
I also have underneath the same building permit also for 6 feet high PVC fence.
Where's this? Hold on. Here's the 6.
That's 11-6372, the same permit.
And it stops at the front of the dwelling, it looks like. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yes.
Yeah, it stops here with those dots.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sometimes when they stack the property line with the fence,
I know. It's
some
difficult.
some notations are difficult to see.
6 foot also.
Yeah.
This is beyond
So it's
that.
just 4 foot along Brooklyn.
But it's beyond the,
Yeah. That's smart. Any other questions, Joe?
no.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Pellegrini has no further questions, so I would move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Cuccia, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's ready.
Second, all in favor? Any opposed?
Thank you.
Mother daughter coming up.
Next, we have case 18826, Levittown, Eileen Alejandro, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known as 1 Wisdom Lane.
Permits are us, and what's his name? They're having a good day.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
Ms. Keynes, we have you sworn in from earlier, just your name and address again for the record.
Good morning again. My name is Ashley Lowe Keenese from Lowdown Expediting. My office is located at 131 Berkeley Place in Massapequa, New York. I am here this morning on behalf of my client, who is here with us today, Eileen Alejandro, who is the owner and occupant of the subject property located at 1 Wisdom Lane in Levittown, New York. We are here this morning as a result of an application for a mother-daughter use permit. In the primary unit will be Eileen Alejandro, who is the owner again, and her fiance, Carlos Lugos. In the secondary unit will be Eileen's daughter, Stephanie Alejandro, who is also with us today. And Eileen's son-in-law and Stephanie's husband, Daniel Arboleda, and their son, which we actually do need to make a change to the supplementary statement. No. They have a newborn. So he was born after we submitted all of our documents. I have his name. I can.
Oh, there's another son.
Yes, so there's Aiden, who is 3 years old, and then there's Liam, who is a couple months. Yeah. Thank you.
And the husband of the applicant, is he here by any chance?
No, he's not. He's working.
There we go.
And the husband of your daughter?
No, he's working as well.
Record made on the Board of Architectural Review. If you were here earlier, you heard me explain what this is. They review it. Ms. Lowe, you know what it is. So I need to at least make the record as it relates to this premises that it was reviewed to see if it was suitable to be used in this fashion and suitable to revert back to a single-family dwelling at the cessation of this use, and let you know of any recommendations that may have been made. But before I do that, Ms. First, were there any, not including recommendations here, but are there any requirements made by the building department on the plans that you have and I don't?
Only that they follow through with the application for their fencing, which is still in intake.
Still what?
Still in intake.
Okay, meaning they've done their portion.
They've filed an application but did not follow through.
Oh, and it's waiting for action by them?
It's waiting for documents at our application counter, so.
Is the fence forward to the dwelling?
That I do not know.
Well, it's not an as-of-right fence.
No, it may be an as-of-right fence, I'm not sure, but the application has not been processed.
Okay, hold on, let's just see if the fence is an as-of-right fence, because that actually matters. Ms. Lowe, do you know, let's see, 6-foot vinyl fence backed by what looks like a concrete slab. Looks like it goes to the front of the house. This is a corner property?
Yes.
So let's just see if it goes down. It looks like that fence may go in a chain link fashion at 4 feet. Chain link at 4 feet forward.
Requires a variance for clear sight triangle. It's higher than 2.5 feet.
Yeah, so it's going to need potentially relief, or, you know, they may choose. Actually, the chain link fence goes along the front yard too. Okay, so that's important.
Okay.
That can hold this up.
Okay.
Right, is the second kitchen already in?
Yes.
Well, we might have to put a time constraint on that. Because that's going to end up back here unless they cut it back. Okay.
Is the swimming pool still there?
No, it was removed. We submitted documentation, updated photos to,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and that concrete, there's another driveway. Is there a gate in that fence, I guess, for that driveway?
For the other what do you mean the
The
other?
driveway appears to be it says one off-street parking place, Wisdom Lane. There's this chain link fence all across it, and there's a driveway. So I presume there's a gate, even
Just
though.
one driveway we have.
Pardon me?
Just one driveway.
Okay,
The
well,
chain is
that driveway.
there when we bought the house, so
Right, but how do you get in and out of the driveway if the fence doesn't have a gate?
it's not close. The fence is like messed up, so we don't have covering
Not covering.
the driveway. There's nothing there. It's open.
Oh, because on the, well,
Yeah,
we're gonna have
and
to
then
fix the plans then too.
Yeah, and the side fence was knocked down on Hurricane Sandy, I guess it was. So we don't have a fence on the side of the house, which is the main street of.
So on the site plan, I'll just go, okay, down Wisdom Lane, which is the west side of your property, right? It's showing that entire property line is covered by a 4-foot chain link fence. Then when you turn and go to Shelter Lane, it shows it turning the corner and going, I'm going to guess 8 or 10 linear feet and stopping.
Broke down, right?
Okay, but that driveway you referenced is in that fence on Wisdom Lane,
Yeah,
at least on here it shows. Then it shows that fence. Actually, there are 2 fence lines. This is very confusing because the one fence that stops, but it shows another fence on the outside of that going all down Shelter Lane, turning and going up the east side of the property. And at some point it becomes 6-foot or a 5-foot vinyl fence that had to be from the pool. And then there's a double fence again. There's all kinds of fencing things. So we'll have to figure out.
If a fence has to be removed, they're
Yeah.
comfortable removing it to avoid.
Okay, well,
fence,
maybe you can
we'll
take
make
a
it as
look
of
at
right.
it and figure out how much of that fence can even be maintained as of right with a permit application. And then we're gonna have to condition our decision on getting the fence situation resolved.
You got it.
It's pending to be resolved, is that correct?
Yes.
It's inert because they filed it but never did anything more.
It hasn't been issued as a permit yet. It's still an
It
application.
hasn't been reviewed?
Because they didn't finish.
It's an intake. They need additional,
So
I'll have to talk to the architect.
Yeah, she's gonna have to do something. We'll have to.
you'll let Mark know that.
Okay.
Not Mark Anthony, but yes, I will let the architect know.
Thank you.
Okay, so back to the Board of Architecture Review real quickly. The Board of Architecture Review determined this premises is suitable to be used as a immediate family mother-daughter residence and suitable to be restored back to a single-family dwelling, the cessation of the use. Did you go over, Ms. Lowe, your applicant and her daughter, the requirements in the conditions under which they must operate their home?
Yes, I have had the conversation with them that there can only be one doorbell, one electric meter, and one mailbox, and that they will have to renew the application every 3 years, that it needs to maintain the look of a single
All appearances,
home,
okay.
so.
And then,
There is a roofed over portion of, looks like a deck at the rear. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yep, and so yes, there's that. There is a building permit, which was also filed, that did not need to come before the board for an addition. That is open, and
Your
a
client
solar
will
panel.
agree to condition that it not be further enclosed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
just out of curiosity, what's the addition? Is it shown on my site plan?
No, but it should be shown on, not on the first page, but I don't know if you have the full set, but I can give you my set right here. The addition is, so there's 2 bedrooms, a living room, the kitchen, and a dining room on the first floor. And then on the second floor is 3 bedrooms, a proposed family room, and
Second floor, mine
main
is
bathroom.
3 bedrooms and a master bedroom, walk-in closet, bathroom. So, but you said the second kitchen's already in, didn't you?
Yes.
Where is it?
Hold on one sec.
Oh, wait, this is reversion. Where's the other one? Oh, okay. I don't have the first floor plan, but maybe that's because it's.
A building permit was issued for a second-story addition on the auspices that the BAR recommended for approval, but the kitchen was not supposed to be placed in until this hearing.
But the kitchen's there. Okay, so the second kitchen is the one on the second level. And then it will be 3 bedrooms on that level and a kitchen. And then the first floor, I only have 1 plan, so I'm assuming I'm assuming this first floor, once you're done making whatever changes, we'll have the kitchen. Wait. So they were allowed to build the second story addition, but just not with the kitchen. Okay. So the first story is going to be the kitchen, 3 bedrooms, dining, and living, right?
2 bedrooms.
Oh, okay.
And then the second floor is 3 bedrooms.
Understood. Okay. Okay, can you please get on the fence situation right away? Because there's like places where there's double fence. I'm sure the 5-foot PVC was from the, which probably is legal as of right, but.
Yes.
Because it's in the back, but
I'll
that's
go
probably
over
from
it
the
with
pool
the
because
architect and,
really people don't put 5s unless it's a pool. They put 4s or 6s.
yeah, so we'll figure out whatever's as of right and make sure that.
Is there
we don't
anything
come
else
back
you
here
or
with
your
the
client
fence.
wish to add?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Lowe, you and your 2 clients will all receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it is rendered. Thank you, folks.
Second?
I'm the next hearing.
Favor?
Aye.
Have a nice day. Oh, I saw them walking in when I was in my car.
Sharon Ramnarine.
Next, we have case 18926, Baldwin, Sharon Ramnarin. Variance, lot area occupied, construct roofed over open porch attached dwelling, also known as 917 Lorenz Avenue. Ms. Guinness, we have you sworn in from earlier. Just your name and address again for the record.
Thank you. Good morning again. My name is Ashley Lowe Kianese from Mark Anthony Architects. I've switched hats back now. Our address is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here this morning on behalf of our client, Ms. Sharon Ramnarine, who is the owner and occupant of the subject property located at 917 Lorenz Avenue in Baldwin, New York. We are here this morning as a result of an application filed with the Town of Hempstead Building Department for a proposed front porch. This property is located in a Residence B zone and as a result has a maximum permitted lot coverage of 27.5%. The proposed lot coverage, if the porch were to be built, would be 33.18%, for which we are requesting relief of 5.68%. I would like to note that the proposed porch is 361 square feet, which is 5.77%. My office did also file for several additional permits for proposed additions and interior alterations as a result of a fire which took place in 2024. I have been to the home after the fire happened as well, and a few times during construction.
Ms. Cuccia, did,
She's not Ms. Cochise.
Ms. Lowe, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ms. Lowe, what was the percentage before the porch? Was it exactly the 27.5?
No, it's 29.21.
So was there already relief or was it built before it changed from 30?
So, so before the 29.21 would be if it was including the addition, sorry, it's going to get confusing, would be if it was including just the additions that were proposed that did not need to come before the board.
Are those yet built or not?
But prior to the fire, the lot coverage was 24.21%.
Okay, so the additions that you say bring it to 29.2 that don't need relief, how's that possible? If you're going to 29.2, you would need relief.
That's a good question. Hold on one sec.
And then the porch is going to be about 4%, right?
Oh, so
0.77.
I have, so in one location it says 24 and then in another it says 29. This property was a non-conforming, so I believe the 29.21 is based off the 1,826 square feet from prior to the fire, so I think I'm incorrect.
Oh, so you think it was at 29.2 non-conforming prior to fire?
Still does.
Yes, it was a non-conforming because we filed that application as well.
Okay, but now we have the opposite issue. But if the deck brings it, if it's already at 29.2, then those additions you say don't need relief would need relief. Right?
According to the building department, we weren't denied for relief for lot coverage.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying. Yes, I'm going off the zoning
were
table.
Any of
So.
those additions that you didn't think need relief, maybe they didn't change the footprint.
Well, they did go in line with the house, but.
I mean, did they cover more ground? Becky, Miss First, can you help us? I just want to get it right, you know.
No, 100%.
We don't want to. And then last thing is, well, while we're waiting, do you, obviously, you know the question, would your client agree, given that you're coming for lot area occupied, would your client agree that there would be no further attempt or enclosure or anything of this proposed porch area?
Yes, absolutely.
Are any of the other additions open space areas?
No.
Okay.
So that would be the only one. And I do have also 13 letters of support while we're.
Oh, thank you.
We'll accept those.
We'll just get the numbers so we know what we're doing here.
Well, the numbers don't really add up because if it's
Right,
33.18 and the porch is 5.77, that means that there was 27.41.
Also, 29.2, like if they were at that.
I don't know where the rest of it comes in.
Then the other additions need relief too, and we just need to figure that out. You don't want the paperwork, you know, You know
No
how
one
it
have to
works.
come
You
back,
go out for the
100%.
final inspection, and then the numbers don't work, and then you have a nightmare.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
But by my math also, I arrived at the same conclusion that it would have been under the 27.5% by like 0.1.
Trey?
Oh, these are the letters in support.
Okay.
Ms. First, do you want us
Sure, they're all in
to
support.
kind of adjourn this for 10 minutes? Can we do that, Mr. Chairman?
Absolutely.
So Ms. Lowe, you want to just stay and we'll
Yeah, absolutely.
we'll
I'm
temporarily
just
adjourn
gonna
it.
step outside
Better,
with them
you
for 1
guys,
second.
and if she needs to speak, whatever. Then we'll just get our numbers right.
That's fine.
Okay.
Next, we have cases 190 of 26 through 193 of 26. Seaford, Jason and Christina Colicchio. Maintain pool equipment not permitted in side yard and maintain 6-foot-high pool enclosure larger than pool installation area and forward of the dwelling on Darby Lane. Special exception to maintain accessory structure, outdoor kitchen exceeding horizontal maximum, not permitted in the front yard and forward of the dwelling on Darby Lane, with rear yard and side yard variances. Special exception to maintain second accessory structure, shed with bar, exceeding horizontal maximum, not permitted in the front yard and forward of the dwelling on Darby Lane, with rear yard and side yard variances. Variance, front yard setback on Nancy Lane, maintain 2 AC units, also known as 4034 Darby Lane. Ms. Gonzalez, please stand up.
Yes, I do. Good morning. My name is Christina Gonzalvo, Long Island Perfect Permits, 124 Front Street, Suite 205, Massapequa, New York, 11762.
Morning.
Good morning.
How do you like this, John? 1 second. Main. Special exception, kitchen exceeding horizontal, not within the front yard, forward of the dwelling. Yeah, just a Darby Lane, with the rear yard and side yard variance. Front yard, rear yard, and side yard. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. Did you read that? No. Okay. Here, listen carefully. No, listen carefully. Special exception, John. Maintain accessory structure, natural kitchen exceeding horizontal maximum.
This is the
Not
motto.
permitted in the front yard, forward of the dwelling on Darby, with the rear yard and side yard. How does it mean front, rear, and side? Okay. Did you hear me? Like, isn't that odd? Wait, I have to ask you, when you tell us, there's an interesting notation here that I'm sure you'll explain. But as it relates to the outdoor kitchen, it says, special exception to maintain the accessory structure in outdoor kitchen, exceeding horizontal maximum, not permitted in the front yard and forward of the dwelling on Darby, with the rear yard and side yard variance. So like it's triggering front, rear, and side.
The house is on an awkward.
Yeah, well, I'm anxious to hear. So explain how the kitchen triggers all those things, the outdoor kitchen.
Well, the outdoor kitchen is on the side.
Okay, just when you, okay. But in your presentation, it'll be, because it needs front, side, and rear yard, it's like to say it's in the front yard and it's forward of the dwelling, and then say it needs a rear yard variance and a side yard variance is rather seemingly unique. But go ahead and tell us what you'd like us to know about your applications.
I'm good at unique cases, apparently.
Pardon me?
I said I'm getting good at unique cases.
Yes, I imagine so. It appears that way.
Okay. My name is Christina Gonzalvo. I'm an agent representing Jason and Christina Colicchio, owners of 4034 Darby Lane in Seaford, Section 65, Block 272, Lot 8. My client filed applications to maintain pool equipment, a shed, AC units, and an outdoor kitchen. The pool equipment is located in the side yard, which is enclosed by a 6-foot-high pool enclosure larger than the pool installation area and forward of the dwelling on Darby Lane.
Okay, wait, which yard? Let me just look real quick. Which yard let's keep these straight because the side yard is being, let's see, north. So is the side yard either the south side of the property?
The side yard.
Or the west? Assuming the arrow is correct.
Sorry.
How is that the front yard? Oh,
which one?
Oh, thank you. No, okay, thank you.
So the side yard, the The house is on Darby Lane. The side yard is,
Okay, yeah.
Pool should be over here.
So there's a principal or primary side yard is probably Nancy Lane.
yes,
And the front yard is Darby Lane.
correct.
Okay, now which one are we calling the side yard for purposes of these analysis?
For the pool equipment, it would be Nancy Lane. For the outdoor,
Hold on. So your primary side yard is Nancy Lane, okay? Your front yard is Darby.
correct.
Now, back to the other two, which one's rear and which one's side?
The rear, I would believe, would be where the pool equipment is.
Miss First, is the west side of the property being considered the rear yard? Pardon me? Here. Is this being considered the rear yard? So this is a side yard. Wait, this is rear yard. This is side yard. Did you see that this kitchen is in the front yard forward of the dwelling but needs a side and rear yard variance? Rear yard. It's the kitchen.
Yes, it is. It is enclosed.
Okay, I don't know, but I just didn't know how it was part of the rear yard. But, no, I don't know that the entire thing is 6 foot.
Yes.
No, the whole house, just this back area.
Here's the 6-foot fence.
Yeah, oh, I thought you were saying the whole property.
No.
Okay, so according to Miss First, your rear yard is the south side of the property, which is where the frame shed is, the kitchen, the in-ground pool.
Correct.
Okay, so go ahead and go back to where you were. I just needed the orientation of the place.
Yeah, okay. The pool equipment is located in the side yard, which is enclosed by a 6-foot-high pool enclosure larger than the pool installation area and forward of the dwelling on Darby Lane.
Wait, I'm sorry. So I see the fence going down that property line where it says pavers walkway. Okay, and it's at the middle of, approximately the middle of the garage where it cuts back, right? That's the fence we're talking about.
The pavers walkway is on Nancy Lane on the north side?
No, I'm talking about on the side yard of the house, the side yard that's not on a street, where it says
Pavers
pool
walkway.
filters and paver walkway.
Mhm.
You just mentioned the pool equipment's enclosed with a fence. That's the fence you're referring to.
Correct.
Okay, and that goes back to where the backyard is, and then there's another enclosure there.
Correct.
Okay, keep going now.
Okay. The pool equipment and the fence were installed in 2024. The pool is properly enclosed with all required safety alarms. The outdoor kitchen is located on the side yard of this corner property, and it exceeds the horizontal maximum of 12 feet.
No, the kitchen's on the rear yard. I just went over that with Miss First. You know, because you have two front yards. So one of those front yards becomes a side yard, principal or primary side yard. So now there's 2 more yards. According to Miss First, the side of the property that's opposite the front yard, which is Darby Lane, is apparently being considered your side yard, right, Miss First, where the pool equipment is. They're considering that, because I think there's some subjectivity allowed by the plans examiner. So your side yard is where the pool equipment is.
And then the rear yard would be where the pool equipment is.
Correct.
Okay.
That's how they analyzed it.
I got you.
Okay, so we did the pool equipment. Now, the 6-foot-high pool enclosure larger than the pool area and forward of the dwelling. So that creates a question. So I see the 6-foot fence, PVC, goes down. It says gate to be added. Right now, it looks like that fence goes down where we just discussed, and midway through the garage, the back of the garage, it cuts back to the house, and that looks to be where it says maintain 6-foot-high PVC enclosure. But you also were rejected on that fence for forward of the dwelling, and I see that there is PVC fence that does, that same fence, even though it cuts back to the dwelling with a gate, it still has a piece of it that goes forward of the dwelling up just short of meeting Nancy Lane.
I see.
So I think that fence is before us right now as the portion of that is forward of the dwelling. I'm not sure, but that's forward of the dwelling and it's 6 feet, right, Ms. First? that fence that goes, I'm sorry, I just want to.
No, absolutely. No, absolutely.
So she has, you've determined this is the side yard. So there's this fencing that goes here and there. That's not forward to the dwelling because there's the garage. But here is a strangler piece that just goes like that. It also doesn't seem to be on the property line, that piece, at certain locations. So, yeah, so I don't see it here. So I don't see, is that piece of fence still there? Have you visited the house?
Yes, I have the pictures for you, so I submitted for evidence, and also
I'm sorry, go ahead. Because I don't.
letters of consent from the neighbors.
I don't see relief requested for that. I mean, I suppose it's possible it already had prior relief, because that portion of the fence where the gate goes, cuts back to the house, if it ended there, it's part of the pool enclosure 6 feet. But it has another piece of that fence that continues straight on and gets, not that far from Nancy Lane. And it's forward of the dwelling toward Nancy Lane. And I don't see that here on my materials. But maybe it is still there, or?
The fence is there.
Well, not the fence. Here, do you want to come up here for a second? Because it's also not on our calendar. Yeah. So look, here's the fence that encloses. Mm-hmm. This is the side yard, right? But see this piece of fence that scraggles up here? Forward of the dwelling, coming toward Nancy Lane. Is that still there?
Yes.
Okay, so it seems like that needs relief, and I'm not seeing relief requested for that. See, because the pool enclosure is requested at 6 feet, and then it says.
This is not their fence. This is the neighbor's fence.
Okay, because there's a notation here. Look, to that fence, maintain existing 6-foot fence. See, here's the notation. No, this is the fence you were talking about. Mm-hmm. And it even says maintain the gate.
I think that was an error.
But this says maintain this fence.
Yeah,
it appears to.
No, you're absolutely right. This was incorrect. This is the neighbor's fence.
Are you pretty sure about that?
Yes.
Okay, so we will maybe.
This week.
Okay, so I'm going to make sure maybe we articulate that nothing in our grant, if we end up giving you grant, would include this piece of fence, as we've been informed that it's the property of the neighbor. Okay, I'm sorry to keep stopping you, but I'd rather get it right when we go through.
Absolutely.
So we did that pool enclosure larger, and as part of that, it goes forward of the dwelling toward Darby Lane. Now, can I ask you, on Darby Lane, that's where they pull into their own driveway. Now, moving across the front of their house to that pool area that comes forward of the dwelling toward Darby Lane. How many feet does that come forward? I think I see.
From the driveway?
No, from Darby Lane, how far is that fence that's running parallel with Darby Lane? How far is that set back from Darby Lane? I don't see it on here, so.
You're right, I don't see it on here as well.
It says maintain existing 6-foot fence. It's 29.9 linear feet going that way, but so you could probably guess it's about 8 feet set back at the widest. I don't know. That's an important number that we need to have.
Correct.
Right, Joe?
Yes.
How far this is set back. And then related to that fence too, on Darby Lane, the neighbor to the south of the subject property, where's their driveway?
On Darby Lane?
Correct.
They're on the corner property, so their neighbor to, if I'm looking at Darby Lane, their neighbor to their left.
Correct. If you're looking at their house.
Correct.
Standing on Darby Lane, the neighbor to the left.
The neighbor to.
How close is that neighbor's driveway to this fence that protrudes toward Darby Lane?
Next door.
Right next door to it.
Correct.
Hey, you'll have to go look at it.
I'm sorry, I would have taken pictures of that for you. I apologize.
Okay.
There's no pictures in here of that.
Of the neighbor's driveway, no.
Should have, would have, could have.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I think that's all we need to know about that fence. Christina, did you get that note, that piece of fence that runs forward of the dwelling? It's not on our calendar. We need to make clear in our decision that portion is not being considered and is not part of any grant or denial we might make. And we've been informed it's the neighbors. Okay.
While we're at it, you never finished the outdoor kitchen.
Yeah, we're just getting to that now.
Oh, she ran through it partially. Go ahead.
Oh.
Here's about 10 feet from the neighbor's friend to avoid a side issue next door to the left of Darby Lane, what you had asked just previously.
You mean between the applicant's fence and the neighbor's driveway, you think there's about 10 feet?
Correct.
Okay, well, I think probably one of us will go out and take a look at it.
The lovely house.
So let's get to this interesting kitchen.
Okay. So the
Start with the size of it, the horizontals and,
Yes, the kitchen island maintains the length of 12 feet, 3 inches.
Okay, where 12 is allowed.
Yes, and the kitchen island was installed in 2016. There is a gas line, but there is no plumbing. And then the shed, which is the second.
Wait, let's stay on the kitchen because
Okay.
it seems to need a lot of relief. I'm not saying it's significant relief, but there are a fair number of items. So the horizontal maximum, which you've given us, it's not permitted in the front yard and it's forward of the dwelling on Darby. That seems accurate. It also needs rear yard and side yard variances. So why don't you give us those numbers if you know? So rear yard, yeah, it's forward of the dwelling toward Darby. But what about it needing rear yard and side yard? That's why I'm confused. It's in the front yard and needs rear. Yeah, it says with rear yard and side yard variances. That was why I originally brought that up.
It is forward of the dwelling because it's forward in the primary yard, so that's not permitted. Other than that, it's enclosed with a 6-foot fence, correct? So side and rear is not required.
But maybe because the fence is not legal yet.
Good point.
It would only, but he would have specifically.
The ordinance says enclosed with a lawful 6-foot fence.
The pool's before you, so I guess that's why he gave that extra denial. Did he give, is the pool?
No, he gave denial.
Oh, the pool's not before you. The pool was granted a
Correct,
permit.
but what my confusion is, that was what I originally brought up, because it's in the front yard. I was surprised at how it could need a rear and side yard variance too. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but this thing is set back from the rear yard, which is the south side of the house. Unfortunately, there's no numbers here.
Technically, the pool is before us because it's not properly enclosed.
Okay.
With a legal fence.
Okay, but let's stay on one thing. Because we have to know if they need relief or not. I mean, I'm happy to dismiss the side and rear yard requests, but you wouldn't want that if you need them. Right? You see my confusion earlier now, Becky, right?
I'm reading Becky's face.
Okay, so why don't we, You want to take a little time to look at that one too, Becky?
The pool should not be before you.
It's not technically before us.
It's not before you. The pool was granted a permit under.
Did they just change the fence?
Under 25-24-48, and therefore that is a legal 6-foot fence enclosing the yard,
Then why
which
is it
means
here? That is before me. Maintain 6-foot high pool enclosure larger than the pool installation area forward of the dwelling on Darby.
that's why. What do you say? Oh, because the fencing is going forward of the dwelling in the primary yard.
Correct.
Yard. So therefore, the pool is before you, which means that outdoor kitchen is not permitted and is required to have a 2-foot side yard, rear yard setback. So it got double the violations because number one, it's forward of the dwelling in the primary yard, and another one because it's not 2 feet and 2 feet in the corner of the property on a corner property.
Okay, hold on. It's forward of the dwelling in the front yard, right?
It's forward of the dwelling in the primary
front yard. Really the only front yard. Okay. But is it the fence that's?
The fencing on a corner under fencing under a corner under 311.1 is not permitted to go forward of the dwelling in the primary front yard. So where you ring the bell For the house, the fence cannot go forward of it.
Right, now, but I'm staying on the kitchen for a moment. The kitchen has been rejected as in the front yard, which I understand, but I'm still not understanding.
Because it is violating both 311.1 and Article 7, Section 75.
But what are the front yard and side yard variances the kitchen needs?
The kitchen is violating both Section 75, which states that on a corner piece of property, an accessory structure may only be 2 feet and 2 feet in the corner of the property, side yard, rear yard.
So it has too much rear yard and too much side yard.
Correct. And then also in addition, the location of it forward of the dwelling in the primary front yard violates 311.1.
Yes. We won't discuss how that's interpreted. Okay, so that's what I needed. The rear yard and side yard variances are because it's corner and you needed 2 and 2. Exact. So it's not, okay. So you have too much rear yard, too much side yard. Thank you, Becky. Okay, now you have a shed with a bar.
Correct. The shed is the second accessory structure. It exceeds the 12-foot permitted length with a horizontal measurement of 16 feet 4 inches. It's also located on I believe it's the rear yard now, in the corner lot.
The rear yard, correct, but
Yeah.
it's also forward of the dwelling. Yep.
Right, it's 2.5 feet from the property line.
Okay, and it needs to be exactly 2, so it's more than it should have. It has greater rear yard than allowable and greater side yard. Did it get side yard too? Yes. Same as the kitchen.
The shed was existing when my clients purchased the property in 2011. The front was just reconstructed in 2024.
What's the height of the shed? You don't need height, right? So is the shed what does it have? Does it have plumbing? Does it have electrical? Does it have power?
The shed has electricity, but no heat or plumbing. And the shed is during the off-season when it's not warm out. The shed's used to store pool items over the winter months and use it as a cabana during pool months.
So on the bar portion, does it have an overhang at all? Does it have any portion that has roofs or sides and is not otherwise enclosed?
I don't believe so. I don't have the pictures in front of me.
Oh, hold on. She's got a picture. Oh, it has a mild overhang, so we don't have to worry about ensuring closed. Okay. And real quick, the last thing. Can you get us any of the numbers? Usually we need to articulate, let's use the kitchen for an example. Instead of the 2 and 2, we know, well, I'll use the shed. On the shed, we know instead of 2 feet on the rear yard setback, it's providing 2.5. But we would need, Christina, don't you need the numbers? Yes. Yeah, we're going to need the numbers for what actual side yard setback the shed is providing, what actual side yard setback the kitchen, and when I say side yard, I don't mean from a street, I mean the other, right? And we're going to need the actual number that the rear yard setback of the kitchen. So, for example, if we were inclined to grant it, we have to say, they propose, 14-foot setback, rear yard setback instead of the required 2. We have to put those numbers in a decision because when the inspector comes out on the final inspection, he's going to measure and say,
Absolutely.
Did you put it where you were approved to put it?
Exactly where it's meant to be.
So is there, I don't know if that's something you do. I don't know if you're an architect too, but we're going to need to get the numbers.
I can get that for you.
That we need for the decision at some point. So just if you could take one of the plot plans, if you need another blank, we have them.
I have one.
And you can get some numbers and get them to our office, as soon as you can.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'll
that
take
we
care of that
have
this week.
everything, all your paperwork in order. Okay.
All right.
So, sorry, that was very laborious.
No. Happy to help however.
Is there anything else
Yes.
you would like to tell us about your application?
One more. Lastly, the AC units.
Oh. Good catch. I missed that. Very end.
They're located on the front yard of Nancy Lane. The AC units existed when the property was purchased in 2011. The units were replaced in 2018, and as per the pictures submitted, the AC units are behind some shrubbery.
Okay, those are the side yard.
Correct, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just get the, okay. So they are required to provide, oh, they're just in the wrong place. You don't need any other variances, right? Yeah. Doesn't, oh, for the rear yard and side yard, I take that back. Okay, Becky, tell us that one. How do those AC units on the other side of the house need a rear?
The AC unit should need a front yard setback.
Variance front yard setback on Nancy Lane. Oh, the
Maintain
line-
two
I'm
AC.
sorry. I read the line right above it.
Yeah, it's front yard setback.
Yeah, good.
Sorry. I promise the next time will be easier.
So the board has found on this little data sheet, the rear and side yards that you need for the shed. I don't see the ones for the kitchen, but maybe check your materials because you might not have to might save you a lot of work.
I'll get everything you need, yeah.
Yeah, they might be on the other one you have. So, okay, great. That saves you some time and us. Okay, is there anything else you wish to add?
My clients have spoken with the surrounding neighbors who do not have a problem with the variance being granted.
Right, and we have accepted into evidence the petition or signed by multiple neighbors indicating that they are in favor of your application or at least not against it. Okay, are there any other questions from the board? If not, is there a motion?
I move the hearing be closed, the case placed on the decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, you will receive the decision in the mail.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, are you ready for that one, Becky? Okay.
Take care.
Oh, we should
Okay, we are going to recall case 189 of 26, Baldwin, Sharone Ramnarine, variance lot area occupied, construct roofed over open porch attached to dwelling, also known as 917 Lawrence Avenue. Ms. Lowe, you are sworn in from before.
Thank you. My name is Ashley Lowe Chianese from Mark Anthony Architects. Our office is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I did step outside and speak to my office. I spoke to Mark Anthony directly and our head drafter. I also did speak with Becky. I am going to give the numbers that I was provided by my office, but Becky and I did speak, and we do think it might be a good idea to just provide a lot coverage chart with everything broken down to make it easy for everybody.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'll give the numbers that I spoke to, like I said.
So you're going to give before fire, other additions not requiring relief, and then when we add the porch.
Yes, so before the fire, the house was non-conforming and existed at 29.21%.
Okay.
My office did the house and removed a masonry stoop at 184 square feet and a pergola, which was 92 square feet, which then brought the lot coverage down to 27.41%.
Okay, and then what about when you added, not the porch, but the other stuff? Or do you?
That is with 27.41. That's everything, but that's what we removed from the.
Oh, so whatever else you added as of right, and you took away those two things, the net was
27.41.
And then, okay, now.
Then if you add the 5.77% from the proposed porch, which is in front of us today, you get to 33.18%.
And those items that you took out of the calculation when you netted that out, are those items in fact removed yet, or those are just going to be removed?
They are in fact removed. They were under application 25-6677. They're shown to be removed, and then,
Okay.
yeah.
And you're, just to reiterate, you agree to a condition that proposed porch, if approved, will never be further enclosed?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Anything else you wish to add, Ms. Lowe?
Well, no. Nope, that's it.
Okay. Are there any other questions from the board? If not, is there a motion?
I move the hearing be closed, the case placed on the decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, you will be notified in writing.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Ms. Lowe. Thank you, Ms. First.
Thank you for your time, guys. Have a great day.
Now
Too late.
Yes.
Steph?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, we have case 194 of 26 near Westbury. Elena Rivera and Julio Rodriguez. Special exception to install accessory structure. Gazebo with bar and storage room, higher and larger than permitted and exceeds horizontal maximum on all sides with lot area occupied variance, also known as 722 Birchwood Drive.
Gazebo bar.
Hello, I'm Ryan Griffin. I work for Captain Permit. Our address is 535 Broad Hollow Road, Suite B16, Melville, New York, 11747.
Captain Permits, did you say?
Yeah.
What he said.
You the captain?
No. I'm representing the owners of the subject property. We're here today seeking relief to construct an open gazebo with outdoor bar and a storage room and an outdoor shower. The gazebo is 314 square feet and a height of 11 foot 10. The reliefs we are seeking for are the height, the maximum horizontal, and the maximum lot area. The max height allowed is 9 feet, and this gazebo will be 11 foot 10.
10 inches or 11.10?
11 foot 10 inches. We are seeking relief of 2 foot 10 inches. The structure is being placed 21.6 to the nearest side yard, 21.6 feet to the nearest side yard, and 13.2 from the rear yard. They planted evergreen trees, and there is a 6-foot high PVC fence around the subject property, and we don't believe that the height will be an eyesore to the neighboring properties.
You gave us the square footage of the gazebo is 314, right?
Yeah.
Where 144 is allowed. And you gave us the height. I didn't hear, you were denied for or rejected on the being exceeding horizontal maximum on all sides. Normally that's 4 sides, but if this is some other shape, can you give us the number for each horizontal that's greater than 12?
There were 22 feet each side, but that 22 feet was both sides, and I think it's only
Both
2
sides?
sides.
You mean how many?
It's 12, 22, and then there's an irregular side because of the storage room. So that would be
Well, what's the shape?
17.25.
The gazebos are in a regular shape. There is only one side in violation of the horizontal maximum of 12 at 22 feet.
Okay, so you don't add the 12 and the 625?
No.
Okay.
So that one's answered.
So there's, well, this says horizontal on all sides, Becky.
It has multiple sides. It's an irregular shaped structure. And it does not state, it only has one side that is horizontally larger than 12 feet.
Why
The
does
others,
it say exceeds horizontal maximum on all sides?
because I guess they added them and that should not be.
Okay, we're gonna have to figure out how we deal with that when they get rejected on all sides. If we don't grant all sides, then they can't have it.
The examiner did not deny it as all sides. The examiner only denied it once for horizontal maximum exceeding 12 feet.
All right, so in our calendar, it says exceeds on all sides. So it should be, we'll have to amend the caption. Okay. You also told us the square footage of the proposed structure, but we need to know what percentage of the lot area occupied that
Fine.
comprises.
Yeah, so the max lot coverage in Zone B was 27.5, and I believe we are at 27.95, so we only went over about 50 square feet. It was 49.51 square feet over.
Oh, yeah, we don't usually use square feet, so just, okay.
2.91%.
Yes.
What percent, Becky?
2.91%.
27.95 as a whole. And would your client agree to a condition that this gazebo structure never be further enclosed?
Of course, yes.
So when I'm looking at the site plan, I see what is the proposed gazebo as the hatched area, correct?
Yes.
And then I see inside that little bar, is the entire exterior area that is, hatched, are there any walls on any of those sides?
Just one. It would be, I guess, the northwest side or northeast side. It would be the one where the storage room side is that has a wall, but all the other sides are open.
Okay, I don't see on here which side is the storage side. It says
It
proposed.
would be the 6.2 by 8 is the storage room.
I don't have a 6.2 by 8. Oh, this little section, 6.25 by 8.
6.25, sorry.
Okay, so how many walls does that have on it? 4?
Yes.
So
For
that
a
little
storage
area has 4 walls. The rest of that has like 4 poles and a roof?
Yes.
Okay, and so is there power on that little area?
In which area? The storage room?
Does the bar area have like a sink and power?
Yeah, it would have electric, yes.
Electric, and is there a sink on the bar?
Yes.
Okay. Other than that, that storage area doesn't have a bathroom in it or
No.
shower?
No.
Okay, so the portion that is not currently with any walls, your client would agree no walls be put up on anything except that storage area that I guess has a door toward the bar area? Was that how it's configured?
Yeah, it's open on three sides, I guess you could say. It's
Oh,
open
the
on three
storage area isn't four-sided?
Yeah, that storage area has 4 sides, yes. But
Okay.
yeah, they're not enclosing it at all. The open gazebo part, they won't enclose it.
Okay. I have no
Have you
further
been to the
questions.
property
Yes.
and you're familiar with the pool?
Yes.
And the pool has an open building permit?
Yes.
In your capacity, and I don't know what it is, I should qualify you, do you, having filed plans previously, in your opinion, is the pool properly enclosed today,
Yes.
safety-wise?
Yes.
Why isn't the permit closed? He's not here for anything on the pool. Why isn't the pool permit closed?
I believe this was in with it, so I think it was all together.
No, the only thing before us is the gazebo and the bar.
I'm not sure why it's open. I'll have to check. I don't know specifically.
Because pools are one of the most significant things we feel when we deal with them that need to be closed out, because that tells us that the pool's properly enclosed for the safety of everyone involved.
Okay, I understand.
So if you could look into that right away,
Okay.
because if they have everything there doesn't seem to be a reason why they didn't get it closed out.
Okay.
I have no further
You need
questions.
to contact the building department, and you're here now, you can go up there and make an arrangement to have that inspected, because like Mrs. D'Amato said, it's unacceptable having a swimming pool with an open permit.
Understand.
The pool has been inspected by the area building inspector, is waiting for gas permits from the plumbing department. Other than that, the building inspector stated that the pool is, it meets all its
Thank
safety
you. Sorry,
measures.
yes, thank you.
Appreciate that.
So when you say waiting for gas permits, does that mean is there something for him to do or something for our office to do? Well, whose job is it to finish it? They're a plumber. Oh, okay. So did you hear that? You need to get the plumber. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the case placed on a decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, will receive a notice in writing.
Thank you guys
Second.
very much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you too.
Break time?
Yes.
Okay.
Smoke 'em
We're
if
going to take a 15-minute break. We'll be back at 20 minutes to 12. And hopefully we will finish the morning calendar.
Sure.
That's good.
Everybody will sign in, please.
Barry, yes. She's the owner.
I'm the owner.
Now for the 11 o'clock calendar. First, we have case 19 of 11, Near Valley Stream, Surjit Singh Kalhar, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known as 11 Clovely Drive. No one has signed in? Second call? Okay. Next, we have cases 113 of 26 through 114 of 26, Point Lookout, Maureen Barry, variances, lot area occupied, front yard setback on both streets, construct dwelling with garage, demolish existing dwelling, special exception to maintain fifth accessory structure, pizza oven, also known as 129 Baldwin Avenue. Mr. Chairman, there's an application for an adjournment.
Who made the application? Is anyone here on the application for the adjournment? They're not here.
Mr. Chairman, the resident that was signed in opposition and as well as submitting the adjournment request, he was here. I'm not sure
Did we hear the other one?
where he went.
Oh, no, the other one looks like it's going to take some time. I don't know what to do. Does anyone have a phone number for this person? Can we try and call?
The applicant did submit a letter from his attorney,
Yes.
and he did sign
We
it.
understand this is a rather unique situation in light of the fact that your client, I am told, has flown in from across the pond.
That is correct. Mr. Chair, if I could just go through the events which brought us to this point. This case was originally scheduled for February 25th of 2026. At the time, I was understanding that another attorney, who I'll not put in disclosure at this point, was working with Mr. Pepe. He talked about consulting him, was trying to work out to maybe come sort of. Mr. Pepe is the objector. He is the one who lives immediately to the north of this premises.
Thank you.
I believe the address may be like the 123 Baldwin Avenue.
It is.
So I understood that there was going to be some opposition, and so I contacted this other attorney, and the other attorney says, look, my client, Mr. Pepe, is going to be away out of town, and asked if I would, as a courtesy, come here and make the request on behalf of Mr. Pepe for making the adjournment. And again, there's no video saying that point, and I say I do that as a courtesy and as a gentleman. That's what I did. So he came down here. Me and their attorney, we came to a date for April 15th today, which would be a date to work out. There was an attempt to try to work some sort of settlement. The attempt was unsuccessful, and we're here to go and do the proceeding. And we then went and prepared accordingly, and my client did arrange to travel from over England to be here for today. And then at 3:53 p.m. last night came the written request from Mr. DiAgostino asking for an adjournment. And listen, I take the perspective that Mr. Pepe already had his adjournment, and we're here ready to present our case. I do understand the board may have other due process issues at that point, but there's one thing I'm going to insist on today. My client spent considerable amount of money in order to come over here today. I would ask that you at least take her testimony today and hear what she has to say, because to make her go and fly to England and come back again, I think is just completely unfair, and for the expense which she has gone today.
I think in light of the events that have occurred, we will not only allow your client to submit testimony. If you would like to do anything else, we'll be happy to entertain that. But we will keep the case open so that we will give the objectant the opportunity to come in and present their objections. And of course, hopefully you and your expert witness will attend on that occasion as well.
I've spoken with my client, and again, we do thank the opportunity, and she will give her testimony will be very brief. She only has very small things to say. She's not experienced at this, but we've spoken about it, and I just think we'd be preferable if the entire case were heard at one time. So instead of me going with my portion of the testimony, whatever date the board chooses for that, myself, Mr. Nelson is here, as my expert at that point is. We'll present our case. They'll present the rebuttal case. The case will close, and we'll go to decision. That's how we prefer to have this go.
Fine.
And
Okay.
your client can watch the
Yes.
second half later.
Yes, I've given her advice how to do it. She can watch it from England, but again, she did at great expense. And again, I think her testimony is certainly worth hearing today, or what she has to hear, so yes.
And thank you for the courtesy that you've shown the opposition.
Yes, again, my client's certainly not happy about this, and, she's had this property for a long time. But I also understand there's a due process issue in this regard. And listen, I'm just telling this board, I would be very highly likely to bet that there will be litigation after the end of this matter. So it's one thing that we want to make sure that there's a full and fair opportunity that's heard between both sides, and we'll make a decision. And what happens after then will happen then.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but the fact that Mr. Pepe was here and left when he had the opportunity to be heard and to hear her, I don't think that's very
telling.
Yes, it's very telling.
So, Mr. McKevitt, what are you going to do?
I'm going to have my client give her testimony. Period, just for today. And then when the board picks the next date, myself and Mr. Nelson, Barry Nelson, will present our testimony at that time. And then Mr. D'Agostino, as was Mr. Pepe, will present their case, and we'll do it at that time. We obviously prefer as quickly as possible. Again, my client will explain what she's been going through. I think you should hear from her.
Should we pick the other date now? Wait.
I would wait.
Okay.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm going to ask Maureen Barry to please step up. You will, of course, swear her in, and she will just read a statement which she has for the board. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. McKevitt, also your name and address to the record.
Oh, I am sorry. It's Thomas McKevitt, Son, Ward, Braff, Coscignano, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Uniondale, New York, 11553. So just put your address for the record.
Good morning, Board. My name is Maureen Barry. Local address 107 Glenwood Avenue in Point Lookout, New York, 11569.
Ms. Barry, do
Maureen
you have a residence here?
I do have a residence in Point Lookout already.
I see.
Is it this one?
No. This is, we have a house. We've had, as I'll tell you, we've had a house there, and we'd like to now purchase this property and are going to build a new house on this property. We like it so much, so we're doing more.
She's prepared, so let me just let her read her statement, and we can ask whatever question we have her at that point, so yes.
So yes, I'm the owner of 107 Glenwood, and I'm also the owner of 129 Baldwin Avenue, the reason we're here today.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to know that I'm not obviously new to Point Lookout. We've had the property on Glenwood for over 20 years, and never once in that 20 years have we ever rented out our property, not one day. We don't plan to do it with this property. We don't plan to Airbnb it. We don't plan to let it out. It's a family home. I have family in Point Lookout. My sisters, my moral support's back there. She's been in Point Lookout longer than I have. My cousin lives there. Over the 20 years, we've got lots of friends that we've made over the decades. Our intention with this new home, when my husband retires, is to reside there. It's a big house, it is, but I have a big family. I have 4 sons, 1 already married and 3 with serious partners. Hopefully one day they'll bring grandchildren. I want them to come. This house is for all of us. So in that sense, I just want you, sorry, I'm getting a little nervous. So it's not a just for now house, it's a future house. It's a house for my husband and I to retire in. It's a house for my sons to come in with their families for decades to come. But I've owned this property now for 2 years and have not been able to do anything with it. I have invested $3 million in it, and it's sitting there, condemned. There is a sign on it that says it's uninhabitable, that the town has put on it due to a flood. It is so frustrating for me at this point, the delays that are happening. I think it's very unfair that it's happening this way. And I understand your points and what you have to go through, but for me, sitting here across the pond trying to take care of this property and do all this and make a home for my family that is going to last us for like decades, and can't wait to celebrate in it.
Look, I have the same dream. The grandkids.
Don't you?
Aren't old enough yet.
You know, walking them down to the beach hand in hand like you did with your own kids. I mean, it's the dream. And I'd like it to come true. And unfortunately, there's a problem. Just one. So I'm begging you to please look into this.
We will.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for your statement.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You mentioned.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I appreciate that.
You mentioned you have no intention of ever renting it. I believe you. We often ask applicants who are building new homes if they would agree to a condition that it be owner occupied.
Yes.
And I mean, I assume we would all probably think, if your son and his wife were there for a week and you weren't there, I think that's still probably
Family occupied. Let's put it that
something
way.
like that. And assuming that would, because I heard someone make mention that one of the issues raised was some concern that it would be, because of its size and the number of bedrooms, that it might be rented through, as you said, Airbnb. But we understand that's not your intention.
No, we're putting a lot of money into this house, and I do not want to rent it. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
I want
who's going to build a new house and
for
let
me.
people just?
Yeah, it's a family home. And we're all really looking forward to it. I can't tell you how many texts. Have you had the hearing yet? Have you had the hearing yet? So they're all very excited for it.
Well, you'd probably want to see some sunshine after living in the UK for any period of time.
Very good point. Yes. It'll be nice to be back.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else? Mr.
That's the
Kevitt?
statement for my client at this
Kevitt,
point.
I'm sorry.
Yes. That's a statement for my client at this point.
Okay. I think we will adjourn the case and hold it open, obviously, to a date. Do you want to give us a date, Patrick?
Mr. McKevitt, would June 3rd at 11 a.m. work?
Can we do anything sooner? Because if we approve it, they're going to want to start construction. I mean, that blows the summer out.
May 20th?
That's 2 weeks.
May 20th is okay for me. I have 4 hearings a day anyway. Might as well keep piling on. So I'll pack my sleeping bag.
May 20th at,
You want to do 11 a.m.?
Yes.
Let's do 11 a.m.
I think you may be on for a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
May 20th, I'd prefer to put it on at 2.
1 by 2? What 2?
Are you in,
All right, we're fine with 2.
Mr. Kibbit, to the extent that we understand, we're aware of this, Mr. Pepe and Mr. D'Agostino or Minerva, whoever do you anticipate there being others? Like, I'm just thinking of time.
As far as other objectors at this point? Well, let me just say, in the file, there was one person across the street who had filed a letter of objection. Since then, there have been no others. Actually, I'm going to let my client speak right now because you've actually spoken to the people in there. But let me tell the board your experience when you talk to the neighbors.
Okay, so I came out and went door to door to some of our neighbors. So one of them being Mr. Joya, who was lovely, him and his wife, absolutely lovely, and have full approval from them. I also spoke with the catty corner people I didn't speak with her, but I spoke with her son-in-law. They were quite happy that we're sticking to the same floor plan that is already, the footprint, sorry, thank you, that is already there because they still get their light in, which was great. I went across the street to some neighbors and I spoke with, her name is
I'll read it right now.
I have it in here too. Anyway, he'll get it. And she...
Spangler? Either Sewell or Spangler.
I think it was Mary Spangler.
Mary Spangler.
And she's a lovely lady. And I knocked on the door and I said, hi, I just want to speak with you because I'm building. And she said, she was very reluctant to speak with me at first because she had already been spoken to by Mr. Pepe. And she said, I don't think I should be speaking with you. I already wrote a complaint in. And I said, that's absolutely fine. If you have any questions, let me answer them for you, anything at all. So she kindly invites me in and we're chatting away. And she said, oh, it's going to be a party house. I said, ma'am, it's a family home. I said, it's not going to be, but you have so many rooms. I said, I have so many children. So I said, but she had no knowledge of any of this. It's going to be so tall. I said, we're not getting a height variance. I said, I can't explain anything else to you. She said, well, why was I told this? I said, I do not know, but I am telling you what I know. And I'm the one that's going to be living in this house, and I'm the one who's going to be designing it. Please believe me. And I left her some information, about what we're not doing, basically. And she said, she said, I don't know if I should talk to you. I said, you don't have to talk to me at all. I'm really sorry if I interrupted you. I said, just know that I'm nervous going around to talk to people too. She goes, well, I think you're very brave. She was so sweet. And I said, thank you, I appreciate it. But I just want you to know that this is going to be a family home. It's going to be my home. I have a house on Glenwood. I said, I've been here a long time.
And so, to your knowledge, you anticipate solely Mr. Pepe and his counsel, unless he can gin up some more support for his side.
Exactly. That's what as far as I know, am I aware? Yeah.
Yeah, we received no other notifications other than those 2. That's why she spoke to them. And just for what it's worth, Ms. Spangler, when she wrote in her complaint, She had two complaints in the email. Number one, that'd be a party house. And number two, that the house be 47 feet from the crown of the road, which is not true. And that's exactly the same phrase that Elvira Pepe put in her letter to the board. So Elvira Pepe, I'm assuming she's the wife of Mr. Pepe. She wrote a statement back then, and that's what she indicated at that point. So yes.
Mr. McKevitt, there are two other letters that appear to be in opposition and both mention height. I might make note of the fact that you're not applying for a height variance.
Yeah, we're not applying for height variance.
However,
not being applied for. Completely compliant.
if they choose to show up, I would stick with 2 p.m.
Thank you.
How many other cases do we have on at 2 p.m. on that date, Patrick?
Mr. McKevitt, what's your lot area occupied, just out of curiosity, while they're checking that?
Well, actually, it's interesting you say that.
All right. Do you really want to get
No, I
into
just
the...
wanted to ask one number. Because you're not asking for many variances. That's the only reason I'm...
We are not. Right, we are asking for a lot coverage of 38.4%, but the existing is 41.6.
Not to mention half a point lookouts in the 50s.
Yes. But before, I'll go in the hearing, but it comes down to every single variance thing, we're reducing what's there currently. And I'll tell you, when she designed the house, she made very clear that she wanted a reduced house, and that's what she did.
I have to say, before we even spoke to Mr. Pepe, we took him into consideration.
You what?
We took him into consideration as much as we could, so we have a setback that's zoning, I think, is 5 feet. We're going from his house to like another 7, 8 feet, so we're over 12 feet.
All right.
Sympathetic, but when you buy a house set from the ocean, you pay the price for a house.
If you're going to start getting...
Right.
Yeah, but we're trying, exactly. So we're trying to be very mindful. So we've done several things already for this consideration.
And I'll go into that on May 20th. I'll go into the details of what we
Yeah, but they're good.
Okay. May 22 p.m. We will see you then. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your time today.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to England.
Keeping the foundation, or you have to renew it? No, I'm not asking that. I'm asking, I'm thinking.
Can't contain it. So.
I was just thinking about.
Yeah.
Building, so the foundation.
Okay.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah. There's a day to put on a case and a day not to put on.
Okay. Next, we have case 1026, Belmore, Christopher Patton, variances, height, maintained dwelling with garage, which is below design flood elevation and without required flood openings, also known as 2370 Legion Street.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Good morning or afternoon, members of the board panel. Robert Bennett. Robert Bennett, Rapco Engineering, 8 West Merrick Road, Freeport, New York. Okay, I was here back in January, and following the hearing, I met with Rebecca in the back, and we were told we would have to revert back to the original configuration at the basement level, at the ground level. We did, we acknowledged that, and it's being restored. There was an emergency egress there that was now removed from the plans and restored back to the original configuration.
Can I just ask you, it says height maintained dwelling with garage, which is below DFE. Is the garage the only thing below or the whole house? Must be the whole house because you can have a garage below. I just want to be able to track what you're saying.
This first.
The garage should be at about 9.5 and the DFE is 9.0, so actually the garage is above
The issue,
grade.
the issue is the basement. And after discussions with our department's certified floodplain manager, as long as they revert back to the previous plan and to what was accepted by New York State under their variance, the building department is okay with it.
Okay, hold on. Because mine doesn't mention a basement at all, but,
Well, because it's the house, the base, it's below flood hazard area.
okay. Okay, so, okay.
The applicant has obtained a variance from New York State in regards to design flood elevation and below the base flood, yes, has received a variance.
So he's meeting the BFE, not the DFE, and
No,
we're changing the
no,
DFE.
he's not meeting the BFE either. But he obtained a variance for the design flood elevation for not meeting freeboard from New York State already.
So he's also not meeting the BFE? Because that's not on my.
Correct. We're talking about an existing basement.
Okay, it's completely, looks different on my calendar, but okay. So can you just give me like the one or two sentences? You had a house that was built a certain way, and then what happened? You made changes to it and you wanted it proved that way, and then you're going back, or just give me
I'm
the.
a little confused also why we had that. I understand the height. He was 5.5 inches over, and
Okay,
the
but
basement
leaving
was
aside height right
existing.
now, just so we understand what actually has happened here.
It's an existing house. It was not damaged. It was not, it's not new construction. It was an existing house. It was not, it's not being substantially improved.
It no longer needed a height variance. The issue was the basement, okay? They had made changes to the basement.
That's the basement under the existing dwelling.
Correct. They had made changes to the basement, which they were not permitted to do. So it was discussed with the building department if they
Wait, so
were,
they came in to legalize them? Like,
they filed a supplement to a building permit because they made changes to the basement that were not supposed to be made.
So that's going to be withdrawn
Correct.
and revert the house the way it is or was before the changes.
Correct.
If any.
do you mind if I ask you just in one sentence, what were the changes? Like, are we talking about putting a bathroom in down there, or?
They had segmented out the basement. They were using it for items other than storage.
Okay, so
We had
they had a
labeled
house
it-
with a basement, they were using it a certain way, came back in to legalize it, and were told you can't have that stuff down there because that is below the DFE and apparently BFE, but I
Correct.
say that here.
Correct.
And so then what, so you decided to to change it back?
We concurred with that, so we're back to the original configuration, non-habitable.
So why do you need,
That's
if
my
you went
question.
back to how it used to be legally, what?
Because the space was finished and it wasn't before. So it's an existing basement that was an unfinished
So we
space.
kept some of the changes?
Yes.
The ones that weren't a flood issue?
Correct.
Okay.
And those under the code, unfortunately, are not permitted, period.
Okay, so he still doesn't have to put in the flood openings?
The state has stated that they don't need it, so
And what about, I know we're switching to DFE for our rule, but right now, I think we're still at BFE.
we're at BFE.
So, and now you're telling me that he has BFE, it's below BFE too.
Technically, our code indicates that he is required to put in flood openings, so we would have to give him relief for such.
Okay, so
The
this is
department,
wrong.
yeah, the
So
department,
we need to fix this, because this says it's below DFE, and if we're gonna talk about granting relief from the BFE, we probably should say that, right? I mean, so what we're actually talking about is a request to have this basement without the flood openings below the BFE and DFE.
well, and the DFE. Well, the DFE is the base flood elevation plus 2, so.
Right, I understand.
But it means both, so just saying DFE is fine.
Right, but if you were, I don't think so, because
Yes, the other
you
would
could be below the DFE but still comply with the BFE.
Correct.
That's why I'm raising the issue. I think
But that would be a variance from freeboard, not design flood elevation.
I thought freeboard and design flood elevation were the same thing.
Design flood elevation is the addition of freeboard plus the BFE.
Right.
So it's
But
both
like
of them
you-
together.
You
So you
could
can't
have a
just,
house that didn't comply with the state, and until that's a matter of fact, the reason I bring it up is those are the only ones we pretty much had, are ones where, or the ones, the main ones, where we had someone come in who wants a variance from the DFE, and will meet the BFE, or one where they couldn't meet DFE and almost met BFE, but we bootstrapped on the DFE grant of the variance because it's a lower.
Well, the DFE is the addition of the freeboard on top of the
Right.
BFE, so it's inclusion. So
Right, but I mean, even if you don't comply with the DFE and the freeboard, however we want to parse that out, we still have, our issue here, if we're going to decide on this case, is that they want it below the BFE, right?
yes,
And you have a state variance already to be below the design flood elevation?
The building we didn't change the height of the building. It was not substantially damaged. It was not substantially improved. We agree, we're reverting back to the original conditions when he bought the house back in 2020 or whatever it was. I wrote a letter. I'm arguing about the flood vents. Why is it required? Because it was neither of those conditions. It was not a brand new house.
If I go back to how it was, I shouldn't have to.
Did you have a building permit for the finished basement previously?
No.
That's the reason why you're required to have flood vents and meet the requirement of the flood code. The 2020 building code states that if you do anything outside that makes the situation worse than it already is, by finishing that area, you're in violation of section 322 of the building code ordinance, of the residential code for 2020. So that's the reason why you would be required to have flood vents and required to get a variance for being below the DFE.
So despite how this is worded, is what we're really being asked, beside the height, which we'll do second, is what we're really being asked is whether or not we're going to allow him characterizing the fundamental nature of your request. Tell us what you believe your request is in regular
We don't
terms.
need flood vents. It's an exhibit.
The building department is removing the issue with flood vents because it is ridiculous to have them put flood vents in if you have a basement. It will only cause havoc on the structure.
Oh, wait, so
We are requesting that the board actually approve that request for our building zone ordinance to give them relief for the installation of flood vents.
So it is a request to keep your basement the way it was originally, the way you put it back to, and not require you put in flood vents. That's your request about below flood elevation,
That's
Okay, now we can go to your height request.
There is no height.
I just want to expound
Oh, I
on
thought he
that
just said we still have
because
5 inches.
I just want to expound.
The building department, when they submitted, the applicant submitted new plans, the building department revised its denials, and it no longer needs a height variance.
Is that how you, look, he's shocked too. He just told us he still needs a 5-inch height variance, didn't you?
I think at the last hearing, he acknowledged that could be foregone or.
Okay, great. Okay, so are you, okay, so we're okay with amending the caption, council? Ms. Christina, we're okay with amending the caption to dismiss the request for a height variance, okay? And we will just take up the issue of whether or not, and it sounds like even the building department has acknowledged that it doesn't make sense for you to have to put these flood vents in your basement, given that you put the basement back to its original. And that was actually very nice of the building department to work with them. I appreciate that. You may not feel that way, but you know.
Okay, well, I can concur if that's the understanding. I mean, if that basement was 8 foot deep, you wouldn't, why would you wouldn't put flood vents? It is below the DFE. It is at 6, and the design flood relation is 9, so it is 3 foot below the grade. It's 3 foot below the grade.
Yeah, you know why it's that boat effect.
Yes.
Either way, got it. Okay, I have no further questions. Mr. Chair.
There's nothing before the board.
As long as he keeps with the plan that has been accepted by the certified floodplain manager of the department.
That's going to be a call of the building.
No, they want us to.
We still need relief from our code because our code requires that you put flood vents in.
And if we grant that relief, just Becky, real quick, to me, I would think we have to grant the relief below the DFE and BFE.
Correct.
Unlike what it says here. Okay, so we'll amend the caption to have both on the caption and then make our decision so it's properly worded.
Okay.
Does that sound like it jives with you?
If that's the end result, yes.
Does that make sense?
It may actually end the pain.
Oh, wait, did he get the
I will be
state
happy to
variance?
talk to Mr. Bennett after the hearing so I can explain to him how the code is written.
Wait, I just want to know, you did get the state variance already?
He did, he said that.
I thought so, but I was just making
Okay.
sure. Can you get some pain medication, please?
Okay. Any other questions from the board? So that we can extend this hearing indefinitely? If not, can I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's ready.
Second,
And I happen to think
all
it's
in
important
favor?
to get it all clarified.
Any opposed?
You'll be happy later that we clarified.
Thank you very much.
I believe that concludes the morning calendar. I'd like to take we have a second call that no one is here on. Okay,
What are we gonna do about that?
order to appear.
I agree. Did you hear that? He wants an order to appear on that.
Well, they're going to appear and they've had a change of occupants. Can we kind of short circuit that by contacting someone and saying, look, you shouldn't be doing this because you're wasting the board's time? Maybe you should just file a new application rather than having them come in, going through the motions, wasting more
Should
time.
we take a vote on just dismissing it and?
Finish what you were saying, John.
He did.
I lost my train of thought because it's been a tough
Christina's
day.
saying, yeah, he's in.
Okay. Christine, so you want to dismiss it? Is that the shortcut? I'm looking for shortcuts in my life at this point.
Dismiss.
Okay, so, all right, so we'll take a 5-minute break. We'll come back and then we'll do decisions, God willing.
Mr. Chairman, I have
Yes.
to I have to call the hearing first.
You what?
I have to call the second call it.
Okay,
Okay.
call the second call.
Second call, case 1911, Near Valley Stream, Surjit Singh Kalar, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known as 11 Clovelly Drive.
Anyone here on that case? Can I have a motion?
You want the motion to dismiss now?
I want the motion to dismiss.
Mr. Chairman,
My pain.
okay. Mr. Chairman, as it relates to case 19 of 2011, as has been called by Mr. Owens.
No, it's 1911, not
That's what I
20.
said. What did I
I thought
say?
you said 20.
No, 19 of 2011.
Oh.
But as you can see, it's funny. I move that based on the information that was provided to the zoning board, to the office, the BZ office, and through the plans examiner, et cetera, and the research done by the staff, we've determined that this matter would require a new application because the original individuals it was granted to no longer own the home, have not apparently for some time, and it's got completely new owners, completely new applicants, and it therefore requires that they put in a new application. So I would move, as it relates to this case, that the board dismiss this case.
Second.
And council
All in
notify
favor?
the
Any
applicants to refile.
Okay.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Do we want to do decisions now? It's 20 after 12.
What time,
wanna
what
do-
does the afternoon look like? Oh, I can't. I have to leave by 3:30.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
let's do them this
Okay, let's
Yeah,
do them
don't do
this
this afternoon.
afternoon.
Yeah, good. Works for me.
I don't know. She was in Atlanta.
I make a motion to close the morning calendar.
Patrick,
Aye.
Aye.
Christina, we make a motion. Ms. Kim made a motion to close the morning calendar.
You know me.
Did anyone second that motion?
Second,
Terrific.
Plumer, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Decisions
No,
this afternoon.
She's gonna leave at 3 o'clock, which is
That's why
perfect.
we're doing decisions this afternoon.
It's cutthroat. We haven't been together in a while. It's all cutthroat.
If anybody wants to come with me, I'm going to my club for lunch. Anybody want to
I
come?
can't. Thank you very much.
We had one shitty case after another this morning.
We had what?
One shitty case after another.
Maybe 6, and I said this house, it has, and